Hello students, in this video we are going to learn how to find the inverse of a matrix. But before that, let's understand that what we mean by the term inverse of a matrix. Remember one thing, whenever we talk about inverse, it means the matrix is going to be a square matrix. जब भी हम इन्वर्स की बात करेंगे इट मीन्स जो मैट्रिक्स है वो स्क्वायर होने वाली है. रेक्टेंगुलर मैट्रिसेस का इन्वर्स हम फाइंड नहीं कर सकते हैं. फॉर दिस, let us say there is a matrix A of order n, that is having n rows and n columns. Now inverse of a matrix means we have to find out a new matrix B. हमें एक ऐसी matrix ढूंढनी होगी such that when we multiply the matrix A with the matrix B like this way, that is we are multiplying B from the right, or we are multiplying B from the left, that is either the post multiplication is here or the pre multiplication is here. The answer should be the आइडेंटिटी मैट्रिक्स. अगर हमें कोई ऐसी मैट्रिक्स मिल जाती है B जिसको A से मल्टीप्लाई करने पर चाहे राइट साइड से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया जाए या फिर लेफ्ट साइड से, हमारा आंसर क्या आ रहा है उस सेम ऑर्डर की आइडेंटिटी मैट्रिक्स, तो हम इस B मैट्रिक्स को क्या बोलेंगे, दैट दिस B मैट्रिक्स इज इनवर्स of मैट्रिक्स A. इनवर्स ऑफ मैट्रिक्स A. ये जो हमारे पास नई मैट्रिक्स बनेगी B, इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे कि ये जो A मैट्रिक्स है उसका क्या है, इनवर्स है. वी कैन फाइंड आउट अ मैट्रिक्स B such that AB or B, both of them gives us the answer as identity matrix. Now there are various methods to calculate the inverse of a matrix. The method which we are going to discuss here is Gauss-Jordan method to find the inverse of a matrix. Let's start that. So let's have a look at the working procedure. So what we will do, we will write the two matrices A and I side by side. A is the given matrix for which we have to find out its inverse, and I is the same ordered identity matrix. We will write them side by side, and when we write them, that is known as Jordan block. Then in the next step, we will perform the same row transformations on both of them. हम रो ऑपरेशंस यूज करेंगे और वी कैन यूज कॉलम ऑपरेशंस एज वेल, बट रिमेंबर वन थिंग, in the complete question either use the row operations or use only the column operations, but don't mix them. We are not allowed to do that. या तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ रो ऑपरेशंस यूज करेंगे या फिर सिर्फ और सिर्फ कॉलम ऑपरेशंस यूज करेंगे, दोनों के ऊपर, ऑन ए एज वेल एज ऑन आई. एज सुन एज द मैट्रिक्स ए इज रिड्यूस टू आइडेंटिटी मैट्रिक्स, हम क्या करेंगे, जो हमारी लेफ्ट साइड में मैट्रिक्स होगी ए, टारगेट क्या होगा कि उसको हमने क्या बनाना है, आइडेंटिटी. द अदर मैट्रिक्स, दैट इज this I will be now also reduced to a new matrix, then that matrix is going to give us A inverse. Let's have a look at this example. We have to find out the inverse of this matrix A. So first of all, what we will do, we will consider the Jordan block A colon I. In the first half we will write the matrix A, in the second we will write the matrix I, that is identity matrix of order 3, because the given matrix here was of order 3. Now what we will do, we will start applying elementary transformations, or you can say elementary row operations, so that our left hand side is reduced to identity matrix and the new matrix transformed on right hand side will give us the inverse. Now for that, in the first phase I will convert these two elements to zeros. How we can do that, we will apply the operation on R2 as R2 minus 2R1 and on R3 as R3 plus 2R1. On applying these operations, we will get this matrix. After that, now what we will do, now our next target is to convert this minus 2 to 0. For that, what operation we are going to use, R3 plus R2. Then we will apply the operations, and remember one thing, whatever operations we are applying here, the same is applied on this identity matrix as well. जो भी ऑपरेशंस हम यहाँ पे लिख रहे हैं वो दोनों मैट्रिसेस पे हम अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, और यू कैन से इस पूरे ब्लॉक पे अप्लाई हो रहे हैं, वो ए मैट्रिक्स के ऊपर भी और आइडेंटिटी मैट्रिक्स के ऊपर भी. Now once you have covered the zeros in the lower part, or you can say below the diagonal इसे बोलते हैं हम, एक बार जब आपने डायगोनल के नीचे सारी जीरोस बना ली हैं, now we will move to the upper part. Now we will start converting 0 to these remaining elements 1, 3 and -6. now अब इनको 0 बनाने का स्टार्ट करेंगे हम. Now For the same, we applied the operation on R1 as 2R1 minus R2, and we get this transformed matrix like this. Now the next is convert this 12 to 0. Now remember one thing. My target is to convert this 12 to 0. I can use R2. If you see, I can multiply R2 by 2. Then I can add them so that I get answer 0, or I can use R3, but still I will prefer R3. Why so? Because if I am going to use R2, this will disturb my 0. देखो अब यहाँ पे अगर by mistake हम ये ऑपरेशन लगा दें that the operation is on R1 as R1 प्लस 2 टाइम्स ऑफ R2, जब आप ये वाला ऑपरेशन लगाओगे तो आपकी जो R1 है उसमें क्या हो जाएगा, यहाँ पे तो 2 ही रहेगा, लेकिन जब आप इसमें करोगे 0 प्लस 2 इंटू यहाँ पे 4 आ जाएगा, लेकिन यहाँ पे 0 बन जाएगा. अब देखो यहाँ पे तो 0 मिल गई, वी गेट 0 हेयर, बट दिस 0 इज चेंज टू 4. दैट्स वाई वी विल अवॉइड दिस. रादर देन दैट we will use row 3 because there is already 0 present there which is not going to affect my 0. तो यहाँ पे ये चेंज नहीं होगा, तो हम इसको यूज करेंगे R3 को. सो ऑपरेशन इज ऑन R1 plus 3R3. Apply the operation, do the necessary changes. Once you are here, in the next step, now my target is to convert this minus 6 to 0. अब इसे 0 बनाना है. इसको 0 कैसे बनाएंगे हम? हमारे पास एक ही ऑप्शन है, to use R3. So I just cross multiplied the coefficients, numerical values, and the operation applied on R2 is 4R2 minus 6R3. After applying the operation, we get this required matrix. Now you can see our left hand side is almost going to be identity matrix. For that, I just need these small changes. For R2, I will divide it by 2. Sorry, for R1. For R2, we will divide it by 8, and for R3, we will divide it by minus 4. ये तीनों ऑपरेशंस हम लगा देंगे, एंड ऑन लेफ्ट साइड यू कैन सी आई गॉट माई आइडेंटिटी मैट्रिक्स, and the matrix which is now on right hand side, this gives me the inverse of matrix A. And I will suggest you that do this operation, do these operations in the last phase, क्योंकि अगर आप यहाँ पे ना पहले ही इनको डिवाइड करना स्टार्ट कर दोगे 2 को देन दिस 2 को, तो आपकी जो सारी राइट हैंड साइड है ये पहले ही फ्रैक्शन में आ जाएगी, जिसके साथ डील करना फिर आपको मुश्किल हो जाएगा. ओके, सो इट्स बेटर टू अप्लाई दिस operations in the last phase. That is, your first target is to get these 3 zeros below the diagonal, then transform the zeros above the diagonal, and the last step, make the diagonal elements to be 1, because otherwise you will get fractions everywhere and it will make your calculations complicated. So this was the matrix which we received on the right hand side. So this gives us A inverse. Now we can also verify our answer that whether if I have calculated the correct values or not. So for that, what we will do, we will multiply the matrix A with the A inverse that we just calculated. We will multiply them and we will see whether we are getting the identity matrix or not. If we are getting the identity matrix, it means we have calculated the correct values. Otherwise, if you don't get the identity matrix, it means there is some calculation mistake and we have to check that again. Thank you.